Right now, billions of people around the world are watching the same thing. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is underway. 48 nations, 104 matches, and one ball at the center of all of it. That ball travels at over 130 kilometers per hour. It bends, dips, swerves, and curves in ways that can deceive the best goalkeepers on the planet. But how is it actually made? How does a football go from raw materials to the most watched object on Earth? This is how a football is made. If you're curious about how things are made, subscribe to Genius Rodeo. Every week we go inside the processes behind the things that shape our world. The football has not always looked the way it does today. The earliest footballs were made from inflated animal bladders, typically pig bladders, wrapped in leather stitched together by hand. They were heavy, irregular in shape, and behaved unpredictably, especially when wet, as the leather would absorb water and become even heavier. The iconic black and white pattern, 32 panels of hexagons and pentagons, was introduced in the 1960s and became the standard design for decades, partly because it was the first ball design that showed up clearly on black and white television. Since then, the football has evolved dramatically. Modern match balls bear almost no resemblance to their leather ancestors. They are precision-engineered objects designed using computer modeling, wind tunnel testing, and advanced material science to achieve the most consistent, predictable, and aerodynamically efficient performance possible at the highest level of the game. The modern football is made from several distinct layers of material, each serving a specific purpose. The outermost layer, the casing, is made from synthetic polyurethane. This replaced natural leather decades ago because polyurethane is far more water-resistant, more durable, and can be manufactured to extremely precise specifications. The surface texture is carefully engineered to control how air flows around the ball in flight, affecting its speed, stability, and ability to curve. Beneath the casing is the lining, multiple layers of polyester and cotton fabric bonded together. These layers give the ball its structure and shape retention, ensuring it holds its round form under the repeated impact of being kicked, headed, and thrown at high velocity. At the very center is the bladder, a sealed inner chamber made from latex or butyl rubber that holds the pressurized air, giving the ball its bounce and firmness. Latex bladders are softer and provide better touch and response, which is why they are preferred for high-end match balls. Butyl bladders retain air pressure for longer and are more commonly used in training balls. For the official FIFA World Cup match ball, every single material is tested to meet strict FIFA quality standards before a single panel is cut. With materials selected and approved, production begins with cutting. Large sheets of polyurethane and lining fabric are fed into precision cutting machines, either hydraulic die cutters or computer-controlled laser cutters, that cut each panel to an exact shape and size. For a traditional 32-panel ball, 20 hexagonal and 12 pentagonal panels are cut. Modern match balls, including those used at the World Cup, often use far fewer panels in radically different shapes, engineered specifically to reduce the seams that affect the ball's flight path. The Adidas Jabulani, used at the 2010 World Cup, used just 8 thermally bonded panels, a design so aerodynamically unusual that it became infamous among goalkeepers for its unpredictable movement in the air. Before the panels are assembled, the ball's design and branding is applied through screen printing or heat transfer printing, pressing color and graphics onto each panel individually before they are joined together. This is done at the panel stage rather than after assembly because printing on a flat surface produces far more precise, consistent results than trying to print on a curved, finished ball. With panels cut and printed, the ball must now be assembled, and this is where the manufacturing story splits into two very different paths. Hand-stitched footballs are still produced today, particularly for training balls and mid-range match balls. Skilled workers, most commonly in factories in Pakistan, which produces an estimated 70% of the world's hand-stitched footballs. Use a waxed thread and a curved needle to stitch panels together from the inside, turning the ball right side out through a small opening once all seams are complete. A single football can require up to 700 individual stitches. An experienced worker can assemble one complete ball in approximately 2 hours. High-end match balls, including FIFA World Cup official match balls, are now made using a completely different process called thermal bonding. Instead of stitching, the panels are bonded together using heat and adhesive, fusing the edges seamlessly without any thread at all. This produces a ball with a smoother, more uniform surface, fewer seams for air to catch on, and more consistent aerodynamic behavior. Critical at the highest level of the game, where a single unpredictable bounce can decide a match. Once the outer casing is assembled, whether stitched or thermally bonded, a small opening is left to allow the bladder to be inserted. The latex or butyl bladder is carefully pushed inside the casing, and the valve, the small nozzle you pump air into, is aligned precisely with the opening in the outer panel. The ball is then sealed completely and inflated to the correct pressure. FIFA regulations specify that a match ball must be inflated to between 0.6 and 1.1 atmospheres of pressure at sea level, a range carefully calibrated to produce the right balance of firmness, bounce, and feel. A ball inflated too hard becomes unpredictable and difficult to control. Too soft, and it won't travel with the speed and distance the game demands. Before any ball earns the FIFA Quality Pro stamp, the certification required for use in official FIFA matches, including the World Cup, it must pass a rigorous battery of tests. The circumference test measures the ball from multiple angles to confirm it is perfectly round within a tolerance of just a few millimeters. The weight test confirms the ball falls within the FIFA-mandated range of 410 to 450 grams. The rebound test drops the ball from a height of 2 meters onto a steel plate and measures the height of the bounce, which must fall within a precise range to ensure consistent play. The water absorption test submerges the ball in water and confirms that the casing does not absorb moisture in a way that would significantly increase its weight during a match played in rain. The pressure retention test inflates the ball and checks that it holds its pressure within acceptable limits over a set period of time. Only a ball that passes every single one of these tests can carry the FIFA Quality Pro mark, and only FIFA Quality Pro balls are used in World Cup matches. Polyurethane, polyester, latex, precision. What looks like a simple round object is actually the result of decades of engineering, material science, and manufacturing refinement, designed to perform perfectly under the most intense sporting pressure on Earth. The next time you watch a World Cup goal, you'll know exactly what that ball went through to get there. Subscribe to Genius Rodeo for more videos on how the things around us are made. We'll see you in the next one.